Everybody, Harold here. There's a new Maven Data challenge out, Maven Rewards challenge, and I've kind of shown you my DAX and Power BI for the last two, the hospital challenge and the rail challenge. So I thought I'd do the same because those have been pretty popular. So here's the Maven Rewards challenge. I'm going to look down here. We'll see the objective. You're the role of a senior marketing analyst at the Maven Cafe. We've given you a database, and you are to identify key customer segments and develop a data-driven strategy. Identify key customer segments and develop a data-driven strategy for future promotional messaging and targeting. Well, this presented the perfect opportunity to me to show you a video. So the key here, as I see it, is identifying the key customer segments. And this presents a wonderful opportunity to me to do a video I've been wanting to do for a long time about grouping and segmenting data for marketing purposes in Power BI. Just take you over to Power BI here. This is a bar chart of customers by age. Let's go to the data for a second. We have 14,825 rows of individual customers in the customers table. You may have more. I noticed there was a bunch of customers that were 118 years old, and I don't think we should be sending them marketing promos. The only thing we might want to be sending them is congratulations on being the oldest person in the world. So I filtered them out. So I have 14,825 customers. I want to segment. Let's just see what else here. I got 3 genders, 84 distinct age values, and 91 distinct income values. If I start working with that, try to analyze these offers and stuff, this really is not going to make any sense. It's just too much. You don't want to take them as a whole, and you don't want to take them as an individual. You want to segment or group them for your marketing purposes. So now I have these age groups. I'll show you how I got them. I'm going to do 3 different ways, but these are a lot easier to analyze as groups for targeted marketing. So what I did, let's go over here. So grouping, market segmentation. There's 3 fields that were ripe for segmentation: gender, age, and income. Gender only has 3 possible values, so that's easy enough to do just with a slicer or in your calculate formulas. Age, like I showed you, has 84. We're probably going to want to segment that into age groups for targeted marketing. You always hear about 17 to 34-year-olds or 50 to 65-year-olds when you're marketing. So we'll do something like that. Income, you're going to need some income ranges. You don't want to be marketing the same thing to someone who makes 20,000 to someone who makes 100,000. So you'll need some ranges or groups on that. And I'm going to show you 3 methods. The first is a Power Query Conditional Column. Then I'm going to show you the bins in Power BI. And then I'm going to show you the DAX switch formula. And I'll give you the pros and cons of each, and you can decide for yourself. And hopefully you can use them for market segmentation and your interpretation of the Maven Rewards Challenge. So let's get the data visible here. I loaded all the data. I said I filtered out all the 118-year-olds. Let's To do a conditional column in Power Query, of course, we have to go back to Power Query. So we say transform data. And we say add column, conditional column. And what's nice about this is Power Query kind of lays out the framework for you and you just have to fill it in. So I'm going to say age groups CC for conditional column. And I'm going to say if age is greater than or equal to 65, I want you to put 65 and older. And then we can just keep adding clauses. So else if age greater than or equal to, let's say 55, we'll put 55 to 64, add clause, age greater than or equal to 45, 50, we'll put 45 to 54, and I might pause the video and fill a couple more of these out. So and then once you've got all those, you can put an else. So 17 and younger, in case. Well, let me change that. Add clause. Let's say um, age is less than 18, under 18, and then for this we'll put unknown in case they didn't give an age. Okay, so this is just going to make a new column called age group CC. And 84 is 65 and older. Let's just sort that a little more, see that they're all there. Nope. That'll show you they're all here. There's all our groups. Let's sort this ascending. So 18 to 24, we didn't have anybody 17 and under. And we didn't have any missing. So now we go back home, close and apply to go back and commit that to Power BI. Then we can say, let's put another cluster bar chart out here. Then we can say customer ID, age group CC. Well, let's change that around. Age group CC in the Y and customer ID in the X. Count. Okay. So now we can drop in our event or offer slicers. I want to do that. Make sure you get off your off your other visual. Let's do an event slicer and then upper type slicer. Let's take this blank out. Filters. Select all, remove blank. So now we can filter these age groups by offer type. So now we can filter these by event and offer type and get a much better picture of what's going on, segmented by age group. So that's conditional column. One thing about conditional column is it's not very flexible. You're pretty much stuck here. Well, you can go back into Power BI and remove your conditional column and change it. You can't really edit it. Um, you could edit the R. You could edit the R up here, but that's a little difficult, and you have to save it, close and apply. So that's the one drawback of conditional column. It is pretty easy to do though. Close and apply. Let me show you bins now. We do bins for age and income. So when you want to do a bin, you say right click on it in your data pane, new group. And this is called age bins. I'm going to do both size and number of bins. So we'll call this age bins size. And basically you're going to tell it the size of your bins. So how many ages do you want in each bin? It's going to default at 1. I'll just show you what it does. So we'll put up customer ID and age bins. Make that a cluster bar chart. Let's put up income by age bins. So you do bins, you just right click on the field in the data pane, you say new group. You can choose whether to do them by then you give it a name, and there's two choices here. So we'll say the first one we're going to do by side. So age bins size. I want size of my bins to be, oh, I don't know, 15 years at a time. Okay. Uh, let's drop the age bin on there in the y-axis. And I'll give a count of customer ID in the x-axis. So there's your age bins. That looks pretty good. The brakes, what's 90, 75, 60, 45, 30, and 15. So broke it into 15-year intervals. It's pretty nice. If you didn't like that interval, you can right click and edit groups and HBin size. Well, let's make it a little, I don't know, try 10. See what that looks like. So now I've got 20, 10, 20, 30, 40 with my brakes. I think I like the 15 better, so I'm going to go back to that. Oh, I don't know. This is okay. 10 years, 10 bends. Bend sizes at 10 years. Okay, let me right click on age again, new group. Let me show you number of bends. To me, 7 or 8 bends would probably be good for these age ranges. Uh, we change this to number of bends. I don't want 50. Uh, let's start with, we got 90, so let's start with 6. So the bend size 13. Okay. So now age bend, let's rename that to age bends number. And we'll just copy this visual. Control V. And instead of age bins size, we'll throw in age bins number. And that is 18 to 31 to 45 to 59 to 73 to 87. Maybe we want to make one more bin on that one. So again, we can edit groups. 67. Okay. A little more spread out. 18, 30, 41, 53, 65, 77, pretty much above. So I like that one a little better. So we've got those. Let's do income also. Let's go ahead and copy this visual one more time, 2 more times. Control V, Control V. We'll move it down here. And we're going to take out customer ID. I'm sorry, we're going to leave customer ID in there. Up or now. Okay, now let's work on our income bins. New group on income. Um, call that ink bins size. It says 1800. Let's say 2500 to start. $2,500 range. So let's take age bin size and put ink bin size. Oh no, that's still too many for me. Um, 30,000, 32.5. We need bigger ranges on that. So we can edit group, right click on it in the data pane. Let's go ahead and say 10,000s. That's a good range. $10,000 ranges. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and over. Uh, let's do another one on income. Number. solid ink bins number, and we'll do number of bins, and I don't know, looks like about 9. Just kind of match it. Then we'll go down here and take out H bins size and put in ink bins number, and 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. It's about the same thing. Bins. So your choice, size of bins or number of bins. Pretty customizable. Uh, don't lay out your range as well as the conditional column on the axes. The conditional column says these my field names. Bins. I can hover. I could program the axis. You can see where the breaks are. The third method, I probably so that's the drawback to the bins is Power BI kind of decides your breaks on some of these, and the axes they're not neatly labeled. The data labels, let's just put those on. All right, so yeah, put them on here too. So the data labels aren't as neat as what I did with the conditional column, but you can edit it. It's pretty flexible. Grouping's pretty good. Good for market segmentation. I'm going to go to the third one, which is using a switch formula in Dax. This is probably my favorite for flexibility, ability to change. It labels well. And so let me show you how we do that. We're going to go to the customers table, table view, create a new column. And you may or may not have seen me use switch before in some of my other videos. I'll pull this up for you guys. Switch is an if something, switch it with something. Case when then for you SQL guys. Uh, so I can say age group switch equals switch. And here, if you're not just changing one thing or another, if you're actually doing a conditional if statement, you need to say true, no argument. So you're saying if this is true, switch this with this. So what we want to do is age is less than 18, under 18. So switch if true, if age is less than 18, put under 18, comma. And I entered too soon. Get out of my shift enter habit. Okay, so then we can say age greater than or equal to 18, and which is double ampersand, age is less than or equal to 24. I want you to put 18 to 24. And I'm going to pause in advance this after I type all this in so you guys don't have to watch me struggle. And I've got it all written out. Now I've got it all written out. Age group switch, switch if true, ages less than 18, under 18, 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, so on. 65 and older, and if it's not given, put unknown. So you guys can get that column in, get that formula in there and commit. And age group switch is now a column. Let's look what's in there. They're all there, except for unknown. Nobody's under 18. Okay, so now we can go back to our visual report view, and let's just copy this. Paste it on our switch page. Drop the age pins number and drop in the age group switch. And nicely labeled. I want to change anything. Go right here. Change my formula. Commit it. Everything's hunky-dory. Commit it, and everything's great. So those were the three methods to do market segmentation grouping for the Maven Rewards Challenge. I showed you the Power Query Conditional Column, the Power BI Bins, and the DAX Switch. And now you can do this kind of thing instead of looking at something like this, which you can't make much sense out of. So I hope you like this one. I hope it helps you along with your Maven Rewards Challenge. I might do some more on this challenge. This just really stood out for me, and I wanted to do a video on the grouping and binning anyway. So if you did like it, please like it, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.